chose that music because it gets me really pumped up. That's a joke. Moss chose it. Oh. That's the first joke of the evening. Yes, welcome to this, our week 6 stand-up show. Are you excited to watch some stand-up, folks? Yes! That's what I thought. It would be a little bit weird if you came to a stand-up show and you weren't excited to watch stand-up. That'd be a bit weird. Good. Yes. Now, I'll level with you guys usually. You know, the host comes on, does some, introductory material to warm you up. And this morning, I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I had no idea. And then Nicola Sturgeon resigned. Thank you, Nicola. You've done me one last favour, one great service to our country. Thank you very much. Yes, I want to talk about Nicola because I very much she's undergone what we call the Scottish condition, which is being told that you can't do something by an English person. What I imagine Nicola's life must feel like is, you know, that job you really don't like. All of you have it. You walk in and you put your coat down, and your boss says, "Don't put your coat there." And you go, "It's just my coat." And they go, "If you put your coat there, I'll fucking fire you, mate. Don't mess. Don't mess." And then you get fired. Life goes on. Sorry, I'm projecting a little bit, I feel there. A little bit strange. But yeah, I'm actually fairly bad at being Scottish though. That's a problem. I'm not very good at it. I'll give you an example. For a while, up until recently, I thought that in clubs, when I sang songs loudly, I sounded English. I don't know why. Don't do anything else. Don't do anything else English. So more fool me when I discovered that I was in flares going, "You are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only seven," like that, you know. So yeah, that was a very big experience. But I've never felt very Scottish because I'm not an alcoholic yet. I'm not a drug addict yet, and I hate the color blue. So that's the main one, I'd say. See, people don't understand that. People think, oh, you Scots, you're all alcoholics and drug addicts. No, we just love the color blue. You guys don't get it. You guys don't get it. Yes, we've got a really wonderful show for you guys today. Are you guys? Yeah, we're excited about the show. We're excited to see some acts, folks. Yes, keep clapping, keep cheering, because it's time to introduce the one and only Rohan Ashok.
There are more Indians on campus this year. Thank you. It's the kind of thing you have a feeling for when you're part of a certain group. Like if there were suddenly more Scottish people on campus, Freddie would notice. So would that heckler at the back. You wouldn't notice it in this room though. New Year, still about 3 brown people in comedy sock. But I actually found out for a fact that I was correct about there being more Indians on campus this year. And that's because the university have set up recruiting stations in India. It's true. Charlie Jeffrey was actually in India over the weekend. It's a fact. They literally started plucking people out of a specific country to improve their diversity stats. It's insane. But I think there are easier ways that the university could have promoted racial diversity on campus. And there's one way, which has been sitting under their nose for years, but they haven't used it. And that's because the biggest name on this campus, the undisputed lead BNOC, if you will, is actually the longest serving Indian on campus. And no, I'm not talking about myself. And I realize longest serving Indian sounds like some pre-1947 British Empire shit. Like the recruiting stations themselves. But it actually has a double meaning. So longest as in physical length. Length, if you will. Some of you know where this is going. And serving as in serving, like snazziness. I never thought I'd do that on stage. forget that, oh, why is TVR recording? Great. Because the longest serving Indian, this Indian that everyone knows, is Long Boy. It's because Long Boy is half Indian runner duck, which, considering he's not human, makes him one of the most diverse beings on this campus. And everyone pays attention to the fact that the reason Long Boy got famous is because he's the tallest mallard duck in Europe, right? That's why he's on BBC News. No one pays attention to the Indian runner duck side. And that's actually the reason he's that tall through my research. So I think I'm going to ask Charlie Jeffrey to do something about the whole racial diversity thing and change Long Boy's name. We need to make Long Boy more visibly Indian. So I propose we call him Longvinder Boy Patel. And I'm going to get Yusu to redo the merch line and get like Longvinder Boy Patel over there. Who would like to see that? If you didn't cheer, you're racist. Anyway, talking about highly popular non-human creatures, has anyone seen the new Avatar film lately? The Way of Water? Yeah, give me a cheer if you've seen it. I personally refuse to go and watch it because I think that making a film over 3.5 hours long is obnoxious. Unless it's a Bollywood film and has like loads of singing and dancing in the middle. Because if you're watching a Bollywood film and you're nodding off, and in the middle of a scene you get like heavy drums and music coming on, so you're like drifting off and it's like, oh fuck, I'm awake, what a tune! But you don't get that in Avatar. You'd have thought 10 years after the original they would have figured out how to spread it up a bit more. I can't give them the satisfaction of going and watching it for 3.5 hours sitting there. I have IBS. And that's fine for Bollywood films, because when songs come on, I can just go to the toilet for like 5 minutes, and I wouldn't miss any of the plot. It's perfect. It's obnoxious, man. You know what? If I wanted to go and watch some blue creatures swimming around for a few hours, I'd just stick on Blue Planet. The creators of Avatar don't have David Attenborough narrating it, do they, the obnoxious pricks? So my second proposition of this set is that they make the next Avatar. Apparently they planned the next 3. Fuck it, make the next 3 Avatar films Bollywood style. Are we in agreement? That was less cheers than the Longvinder Boy Patel. So the audience has become more racist as the set has come on. Am I doing something wrong? Guys, come on. I'd just like to end by saying it's been good to be back doing stand-up comedy. On Sunday, I did my first stand-up set for over 5 months. And it was for a BAME showcase in Central Hall. Okay, no cheers, that's fine. I see how it is. So basically, what brought me out of my sabbatical from stand-up comedy was the opportunity to be racist to myself and slag off white people. And that's what I did today. Thank you very much. See you soon.
Give it up for Rohan Asher! Woo! Oh my God, I chucked that mic stand over there with reckless abandon. I've never done anything that carefree in all my life. Yeah, did you enjoy our first act, huh? Yes, that's good. Yes, Rohan's a very dear friend of mine. If you were taking a shot every time you said the word racist, congrats for still being alive. Because I'd be dead, to be honest. But yes, we're going to go on to our next act now. He is a wonderful, wonderful, talented comedian. Please, welcome to the stage. Give a very warm welcome to my friend and yours, Dan White! Whoa!
Hello, hello. So over Christmas I grew a beard because I looked 12 without one. I'm not happy about it either, but now I look 14, so could be worse. Yeah, I mean, it's stressful. I'm trying to be more confident, more mature, It was easy in first year, you could just get drunk, but in second year, you've got to have a personality, and I'm struggling, to be honest. First year was interesting. I tried to get into hookup culture, didn't go very well. I brought one person back to my place, that was a nightmare. The actual sex part was fine, but afterwards, you know, the Catholic guilt set in, you know? I see some people know what I'm talking about, you know. I had this deep fear that everyone in my flat knew what I'd done, the demonic act that I had just committed and was fucking calling me out to God, I don't know. Anyway, I tried to go to the kitchen afterwards to get a drink of water, but I could just imagine everyone there gathered in my kitchen, staring at me horror movie style going, "We know what you did," in unison, but no, it didn't happen. I safely got back to my room without being attacked. And the person I was with had fallen asleep. After high-fiving me, but anyway, yeah. So that was interesting. It was quite good. It was quite good. It meant I could just lie back and pray and regret my actions without also being a good host. So that was pretty good. But I'm lying there, and they start sleep talking, and I listen in because, you know, I want some feedback. I want some constructive criticism. Maybe some compliments. I don't know. I don't get that. I don't get any, "Ooh, your hand action was really good," or "Your rhythm was a bit off. Lose the cat ears next time," you know. Instead, what I get is, "I did it for a reason. I did it for a reason." I did it for a reason? I am terrified. I'm praying for a different reason now. I don't know if it was so awful they were justifying it to themselves. Or maybe they were having religious guilt like I was, in which case we had similar thoughts. But no, I don't do that anymore. I don't hook up. I still have the fear of God, obviously, but I don't hook up anymore. I'm in a relationship, and we're happy, usually. We were playing a very romantic game the other day, 5-second rule. I don't know. And they had 5 seconds to name 3 songs by the Beatles, which for a British person, it's easy, right? You know? I could do it right now. Hey Jude, Eleanor Rigby, Dancing Queen, yeah. But they're Americans. There was clearly a mistranslation because they just go, "Oh God, come on, Eileen." Several issues with that answer. First of all, not a Beatles song, babe. Simple as that. 2, we'd been listening to music that day. They played Eleanor Rigby. So not only do they know the Beatles, they actively listen to them. Number 3, if you're going to say something so completely incorrect, say it with chest. Look me in the eye and go, "Yeah, the Beatles sang 'Come on, Eileen.' Fuck you." It didn't happen. They've got a very interesting sense of humor, my partner. They picked me up from the train station after Christmas. I went home for Christmas. And it was the longest we'd been apart. And I was very excited to see them. You know, I saw them in the crowd of people at the station. And they were holding a sign. I was expecting a loving message, something profound from the heart. I get up closer, and I just see, "Welcome back from rehab." Thank you.
Well, give it up for Dan White, everybody! Yes. Dan is a wonderful comedian. He started that set by speculating about what age he seems. But to me, he has all the charm and endeavor of a toddler. Do with that what you will. Next up, we have a wonderful act. He's very, very close to me, very good friend. And he also helps run this aspect of the society. He is our co-head of stand-up. So please, would you give him a very warm welcome to the stage? Start clapping, start cheering, and welcome Evan Hall!
Oh, hi guys. Oh, great to be here. I've been doing a lot of thinking since I started university, a lot of thinking, stuff like, does James Cameron have like a fetish for ending films with sinking ships? You know, you got Titanic, you got Avatar 2, which was mentioned earlier, you've got the bootleg copy of Terminator 2 that I torrented. Yeah, a lot of thoughts. A lot of stuff like once you get to university, you can just kind of like ignore food hygiene. You know, oh, Evan, you can't microwave rice. I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh, Evan, you can't eat that. It's got mold on it. So, as I always say, good enough for cheese, good enough for me's. Evan, you can't eat that. It's been on the floor. Evan, it's been sat in a puddle. Evan, come on. Oh, no. What? That's free food. Wait, I see it. Yum yum in my tum tum. Yeah, a lot of been a thinky little twink. Been thinking stuff like, why are there always hot single milfs in my area? Are they always going to be there? If I was in the Antarctic, would they be milfs? Would the milf be a particularly amorous penguin? I gotta. I mean, what if that situation arises one day? I gotta practice. I need an audience volunteer. Hang on. I'm looking. Who's in the mood to be a particularly promiscuous penguin? You there? Hi there. Hang on. YSTV people, are you gonna be angry with me if I go into the audience and you have to swivel the cameras around? Oh, hell yeah! Right. Okay, so let's set the scene. We're in an iceberg. I spy you across the ice. You're the penguin. Yeah, you're the penguin. Hi. I come a little closer. Hi. How's it going?
Hey there, sexy.
Penguins don't talk, you dipshit.
Lorp.
Yeah. Hi. Back in character. Oh, are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 It'd never work. Clearly, I need to work on my icebreakers. Yeah, a lot of things. Thoughts like, isn't Angry Birds just like conceptually kind of fucked? Like, think about it. What did those pigs actually do? You there? You look like a person who plays Angry Birds a lot. Yeah. What did the pigs do?
Embezzlement charge.
What? Pigs embezzle? Do pigs use money? I've played Angry Birds. I don't think I've ever seen. Why is there a slingshot so close to the house? You know what? You make a good point. I didn't think about that. But no, that's not the. I mean, the pigs probably do embezzlement, but that's not the reason the birds are angry. The birds are angry with all the pigs because the pigs stole their eggs. But that's the thing. The pigs didn't steal their eggs. 3 pigs stole their eggs. Just the 3 leader pigs. Should I be holding you accountable, a civilian, for the actions of the Tories? Well, if I were a particularly apoplectic avian, I'd be coming for you. One of the birds you throw is just a bomb. It's called bomb. How does that work evolutionarily? But no, a lot of thoughts in my brain hole. Stuff like, can other foods be used as euphemisms for sex? You know. Well, allow me to elaborate, because you got your commonly used, you got your cream pie. To a lesser extent, you got porking. But I don't know. Could you Swiss roll a person? Could you half-eaten bag of Doritos a girlfriend? Pork faggots? Well, maybe if I'm lucky. I've been flashed. So one last thought. How do you end a set?
Heaven all. Yes, I enjoyed that so much so that I was taking a swig of my Volvic strawberry water, and then Evan said the phrase "think twink," and I almost spat it out all over myself. Very enjoyable, very enjoyable. Are you guys ready for your next act of the evening, our fourth act of the show? Yes, keep that energy going, keep it going, because it's time to welcome to the stage Hallam de Cruz.
I piss in the shower. I piss in the shower and I'm tired of pretending like that's weird. It's not. In fact, it's the best place to piss, right? Let's get a show of hands. Let's be honest. Put your hands up if you piss in the shower. Yeah? You're gonna come in here and you're gonna lie to me? To me? Put your fucking hand up. Right. What about, while I'm up here, what about shitting? Anybody shits in the shower? We've always have one weird person, right? He put his hand up. Can we point at that person, call him shower shitter, shame him? Shitting is entirely a pre-shower activity. If I shower, get out, dry myself off, and need to shit, I'm going straight back in the shower after. Environment be damned. I'm gonna waste that water. That's why I piss in the shower, to balance it out. Make Greta happy. I don't know. But, you know, there is one place I don't piss in the shower. It's at the gym. It's a public place. I get that some people might be uncomfortable, but I really want to. It's a conundrum. I was watching this show, little show, no one's really heard of it. It's called Breaking Bad. They do this thing in it. It's called money laundering, right? They take a dirty, disgusting stream of money, and they take a clean revenue source, and they filter it in so the government doesn't come along and take it. So I invented piss laundering. Similar concept. You're in the shower, you're pissing, mix them in together. Got to be careful. Government gym staff might come along, so you got to like pause halfway, like that. It's simple, no problem. I piss in the shower so much I've conditioned myself into needing to piss in the shower. I've Pavlov dogged myself into pissing in the shower, okay? It's all right. I mean, sometimes I have to carry an umbrella when I go outside just in case of rain showers. And don't get me started, at the bar is any kind of liquid. If I'm drinking and I get an accidental spillage up here, might lead to an accidental spillage down there. That's dangerous. And the freaks, oh my God. I took a baddie home the other day. We were getting comfortable in the sheets. She gives me a golden shower. I give her one right back. That's what I'm talking about. Oh. Good memories, guys. I feel great. You know what it is? Confessing. It's good for the soul. I'm getting it out there. There is this one thing I haven't told anybody, so I'm going to come out and say it. I figure you guys have already guessed it about me. Oh, you know what? I'm preempting it. I'm just going to say it. I have a foot fetish, yeah? I like feet, and I'm tired of pretending like that's weird because it's not. I can't. Why is TV filming me, guys? No, seriously, I like feet. And you know what? There are some guys, right? There are some guys out there that need to be wearing a diaper. They need to be tied up, hung upside down, while a woman dressed as Krusty the Clown tells them they're a good boy while sticking a finger in their belly button. I just like feet. Right, well, I'm a simple guy. And there's nothing wrong with it. A couple wires crossed, it's fine. I could have two legs side by side with the feet sort of like dangling like this, with each thrust sort of wobbling about like a bobblehead, like Churchill the dog, you know, from those insurance ads talking about, oh yes, right? let me you know what? All right, I got it, right? Go to Mexico, go to the most depraved prison-run cartel, go inside, find the most malnourished, hungry motherfucker, and show him a chicken drumstick from KFC. What's he gonna do? He's gonna put it in his mouth. That's what it's like with me and feet. I'm talking about, oh yes. Oh, I love it so much. But some women, they just don't, right? Again, I was with this one girl, same situation. Oh yes. She springs up like Frankenstein. She bolts up. Get your fucking foot out of my, no wait, hold on, that's wrong, 1 second. Get my mouth out of your fucking, no, fuck, I did it wrong, hold on. Hallam, you're a professional? No, you're not, you're an amateur, you got this. One more time, ready? Here we go. Oh, yes, bolts up like Frankenstein. Get your fucking mouth out of my fucking foot, you degenerate motherfucking piece of shit! I was confused. I told her, I said, half an hour ago I involuntarily pissed all over you after you pissed on me. What's the difference now? Why draw the line there? Again, why is Stevie filming me? So I'm going to finish this by saying two things. By saying that only two things tonight that I've said have been true. I'll leave it up to you to figure it out. I've been Hallam Cruz. Thank you very much.
Hallam de Cruz! Woo! Yes. Usually after an act, I come on and I riff, about their set. I got nothing. Sorry. I'd rather be a coward than whatever you are. There we go. That felt good to get that off our chest. Anyway, let's move on to our next act. He's a wonderful, wonderful, very talented comedian. So please start clapping, start cheering. Let's get some energy going. It's the one and only Alex McKenzie.
Yo, hello. Thank you for having me, guys. I've been thinking about my stand-up a lot lately, how I can improve it, spice it up, sex it up, jazz it up. And then it struck me, what's spicier? What's sexier? God damn it, what's jazzier? The Microsoft Office PowerPoint. Oh yes, you're in for a thrill ride tonight, ladies and gents, of random shit I've seen around campus. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, exciting stuff. This is a coffee machine. It's our very own just outside VN045 coffee machine. You might be wondering what's interesting about this. I'm not interested in the machine particularly. It's what they've written at the bottom. Indulge. Passion. Desire. What the fuck am I doing to this coffee? I'm going to try and set the scene that I think they're sort of going for, I guess. It's late. I'm walking around campus. Oh, what's that? Coffee machine. Just what I've been after. See, I've been looking for something hot and steamy. Something to indulge my desires. I step closer. Give it a good look up and down. So I know all the options on the menu. I know what I want. And I know how to press all the right buttons. Fucking thing. And it gives me just what I want. Oh, sorry guys, I got a bit carried away with that one. Let's move on. Thirsty? Clearly, I nearly got seduced by a fucking vending machine. I like this chap, though. I like this chap. He seems to be providing all the platonic relief I need. Look at him, just a vision of the 90s. Hey, dude, have some of this gnarly soda. We got a bootleg copy of the new Nirvana album. Wanna listen? Tony Hawk rocks. He lives in Fairhurst, by the way, if you want to visit him. I sometimes just stare at this picture for hours on end. Imagine I've been transported to a simpler time. And then, shit like this slams me back to reality. We're all familiar with Adam Bennett, of course, everyone's favourite student letting company. With Adam Bennett, we know the situation in York. House prices going through the roof. The rent is ridiculous. I know students after houses at this point who'll take anything that has a key. Car, wardrobe, storage locker. I saw a girl the other day walk out of a phone charging locker in her dressing gown, brushing her teeth. I went up to ask her about it. She's got 7 housemates in there. It's like fucking Whoville. Is there a model village in York? I feel like I could solve all of our problems. We'd all just move in there. It'll be fine. But no, Adam Bennett. Like, look at this. It's now or never. What a fucking terrifying slogan, you know? I thought of a few more, like Adam Bennett. We're not a homelessness charity. Adam Bennett. Live with your parents if they still love you. Or just feed me. Adam Bennett visits me in nightmares, of course. I don't actually know the man, but what I perceive him to be in my mind, which is sort of a great big Yorkshireman with the gluttonous build of a Tudor earl. Sort of Jabba the Hutt with a flat cap, if you will. I've got to get off stage pretty soon. But yeah, I thought this sign might help me to finally track the greasy bastard down. And then I looked again. Who the fuck is Alan Bennett? If anyone wants me after the show, I'll be in V Bar drenched in coffee. Thanks very much.
Alex Mackenzie! Wow. Alex often reframes my life with his sets. And I can truly tell you that since I first watched that set, I have not experienced the corridors just outside of this room in the same way. I have looked at those vending machines with longing. I'll leave it to him. But guys, I've got some. Hold it. Shut up. I've got some news for you though, guys. The first half's almost over. They're so good. You're well trained. Yes, we've got our last act of the first half. Now, there's been a little bit of confusion with this act because originally we booked the wonderful Atticus Campana. You know, you may know them. You may have heard of them. Big deal. B-Knock. But unfortunately, they can't be in the show today. But they said that their friend was coming to do some stand-up. So this is a friend of Atticus Campana. Please enjoy. Start clapping. Start cheering for a friend of Atticus Campana.
Thank you. Hello, yes. Hello, yeah. Good to see you all. My name is Wimbley Hortondale, and I'm a very well-reputed farmer in the East Girthforth area, and I'm here to convince you why you should invest with me in farming. So, I've not got a lot of time, so I'll start off just with my credentials. So, what are my credentials? So, I've successfully managed three farms in the East Girthforth area for 54 years, which is not an amount of time to scoff at, in my opinion. My milk and egg produce has been rated good by the Independent Produce Authority. I'm very proud of that. The government wanted an inquiry into egg produce in 2007, and I'm delighted to say I was on that inquiry, and I almost met Tony Blair. My daughter-in-law was once on an episode of Antiques Roadshow, for which I'm very proud. And I once took a selfie with Jeremy Clarkson, which unfortunately I have since lost. But I'm sure you can imagine it. So, why don't you learn a bit about me before we go into business with me? So, I was born in Girthurth General Hospital in May 1954. So anyway, I think it's time we had a look at some of my properties. So my first farm is, as you can see, just there in Girthurth, just above the beautiful county of Ripon. I've got another one in Sledmere. What a wonderful place with some very attractive people. And I've got one up in Scotland. I'm glad to see that Sturgeon's gone, and I'm not afraid to say it because, frankly, my produce from that farm was not up to standard. And I also have a property in the Cayman Islands, which is not technically a farm. It is just for tax reasons, and I would like us not to acknowledge it. I've been in the local news a couple of times. This was when I won the Shiniest Knees award. I was very pleased with that. That was when I was on the egg inquiry. Very happy with that. And my farm, and I'm very keen to mention this, has actually also been on the national news, which I am very, very happy with. So anyway, here's some information you might need just before you go into business with me, because it's important we're on a level playing field. So first off, I have no financial malpractice. Any rumours are slander, and they should not be tolerated. I am an honest businessman. I have not filed for bankruptcy in several decades. The 90s were a tough time, but I'm happy to put it behind me. Now, officially, it was released without charge, and I think that counts for a lot. Now, a police warning does not count as a charge, before you say that, and neither does contempt of court, all right? It's a load of bollocks. So anyway, I'm asking you to invest. Well, what am I asking you to invest in? Well, here are some objects which I sell. So some things that you can get off me, which you might find very useful. So first off, unlicensed firearms. You never know. You never know when you might need one. Reasonably priced tractor rides. I find these are very popular with children. And of course, bull semen. No, you don't be laughing at bull semen. It is the lifeblood of the farming industry. If you get the right bull semen, your cows will take on a completely different life. Let me show you some things you can get with the good quality bull semen that I provide. Your cows can be muscular and good for manual labour. Your cows can have strong horns to fight off any predators or southerners. Your cows could have wide hips, making them easy to breed, so you can make more cows. You could have soft udders for milking their young. Your cows could have eyes that you can just lose yourself in. Anyway, if any of my investments have interested you, I will be in V-Bar after the show, and as of April, I am legally allowed back on my farm. So bear that in mind, all of you. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you later.
Please welcome back your host, me. Oh, that's different. That's an entirely different vibe to the first piece that Moss chose for me, but we'll go with it. Did you guys have a good interval? Woo! Strange guy, man. You get some strange ones in these days. Just want to talk to you. I'm a stand-up. I'm here because I don't have any social skills. Come on. You should be realizing that. Okay, right. Don't woo that. That's just sad. Come on, guys. Come on. Yes. Let's, I tell you what. I've had enough of that interval shit. It's time to get going with another act. Are you guys ready for your first act of the second half? Give me a big cheer. Come on. And it's time to keep that energy going. Keep it going. Because it's time to introduce the one and only Lewis Ingle.
They say By age 25, your brain has finished developing, which means I am stuck with these self-esteem issues for life. There's a common misconception with stand-up that you have to be confident to do stand-up, but I still get nervous when I have to use a human checkout. It turns out the self in self-checkout stands for self-conscious. Who knew? Supermarkets on the whole, however, they've not quite figured out how to accommodate nervous people yet. You may have noticed as I walked down, I'm something of a short king. So between you and me, a little bit embarrassing, but sometimes someone helps me get the milk off the top shelf. It's pretty generous of them, I know, but I would like the confidence to be able to tell them that I'm lactose intolerant. The shits we do to avoid confrontation. That's a slow burn. But self-esteem is not the only thing my brain has to offer. I am what I would call a realist. Most people, however, would call it being a miserable git. See, normal people, they'll say things like, the sun will always come out tomorrow. I, as a realist, like to point out, not if there's an eclipse. Also, singing, when someone sings and they ask, what do you think? Normal people, they go, oh, you got such a lovely voice. Oh, voice of an angel, that, yes. Me, on the other hand, as a realist, I like to point out that I've heard cats having testicles removed that sound more eloquent. But the ultimate test, though, is babies. So normal people, they'll cradle the baby, they'll look into the baby's eyes and they'll be like, oh, yeah. Look at his little cheeks. I want to torment him by pinching his little chubby cheeks. As a realist, I too hold the baby. But I'm thinking, just how far could I kick that baby? Because realistically, you know it's at least 100 meters, okay? If I get the angle of elevation right, it's clear, it's gone. However, I have since been informed that if you take into account surface area, friction, and air resistance, kicking a baby is morally incorrect. I didn't accept that I was more socially awkward than the average bear until I was at a party. It was Halloween, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring because we were all too socially awkward to talk to each other. Now, it was your pretty standard party. You had the extroverts drinking and playing a bit of Just Dance. You had the introverts cuddling in the corner a snack bowl. And finally, you had the ambiverts who were trying to have the best of both worlds by cuddling and dancing with the snack bowl. So they were doing their thing, and I naturally was in the corner myself. You see, despite how easy the entry bar seems with a title like Just Dance, I can't dance. So I was sat there, and I turned to my left to see a sleepy ghost on one side and a fully hair-gelled Shadow the Hedgehog from the Sonic series on my right. Now, I understand that some of you are not quite as up-to-date on your hedgehog lore as you would like to be. So just to clarify, if you don't know Shadow the Hedgehog, he's spiky, he's depressed, and he looks like how a Screamo song feels. He also talks like this, and has a gun, as all hedgehogs are known to have from time to time. And it was only as I sat watching this gothic rodent partying and laughing the night away that I realized that the personification, nay, the hedgehogification of pure angst was more positive than me. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part of all was I shat myself from drinking too much milk. Thank you very much.
Give it up for the new single, everybody! Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I want to pick up on one thing that Lewis said and one thing only. At one point in his set, he went, the ultimate challenge is babies. And I think that's a good way to sum up all of life. Nothing harder. Nothing harder, folks. I should know. I should know. Anyway, well, we've got a wonderful new act for you next. This is actually her first time doing stand-up, so please give a very, very warm welcome. Start clapping, start cheering right now, right now. It's for Serafina Coop! Woo!
Jokes suck. Why did chicken cross the road? To get to the other side, that's what you say, right? To get to the other side. No! Chicken crossed the road because we put it there. We turned up with a truck. I'm no expert in road construction, but we turned up, we looked at the green, and we said, "We will make this grey!" Chicken didn't ask to cross the road. Hell, we crossed the chicken. It also implies that chickens have free movement, which is categorically untrue. But that's just the beginning. The whole animal kingdom gets it. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Penguins, okay? You like those chocolate biscuits? Yeah. It's tale as old as time. You know how it goes. I go to the shop, I go to the chocolate aisle, I see the penguins. They're on offer. I contemplate buying some off-brand ones, but you can't snatch up a seal bar. So I go for the penguins. Oh my God, these are the ones with the jokes in. Yes, I cry to myself. So I flip up that little bit of plastic, hoping in my heart that it'll make me laugh this time. God, I could do with a laugh. And then boom! Why was the penguin's head cold? Because he was wearing an ice cap. How dare you? How fucking dare you laugh at that joke? What happens when, like that cap atop the penguin's head, the ice caps melt completely? Joke will be redundant. You'll unwrap it, throw it in the bin, tears streaming. You should have known. But that's not it, right? Okay, here's another. I'm despairing at this point. Oh, how does a penguin build his house? It glues it together. I mean, first of all, it's insulting to say that penguins live in igloos or that they glue their houses together, which is structurally an unsound decision. Secondly, how does he build his house? He glues it together. That's so unclear. Like, what is he gluing together? Is he simply fixing the house? Is he gluing two houses together? Is he building an igloo with his penguin community? Utterly unclear. But you know what? The one that, gets my goat, grinds my gears, garrots my Garibaldis, is this one. What is a penguin's favourite film? Frozen. Why does it have to be frozen, McVitties? Because they live somewhere cold? Do all carpenters like Saw? Is your overly nosy 60-year-old neighbour's favourite film Over the Hedge? Is my favourite film The Room because I live in a house? Maybe. But did you ask? Huh? I've seen Happy Feet. If one penguin can deviate from the norm, the others can too. But that's not all, right? Have you ever been subject to a cow joke that was not your fault? You know the ones. If you don't, let me tell you one now. I won't enjoy it. Why did the cow go to the cinema? To see, yep, you got it. To see a movie. Oh, what about this? Why did the cow cross the road? To get to the other side. No! Stop with the puns. She crossed it because it was put there. The bloody penguins probably have to frequent zebra crossings at this point. My God, it's insane. Anyway, So why did the cow cry at the movie? Because it was very moving. Oh, why did the cow not talk to anyone when they saw her crying? Because she was in a bad mood. Why was the cow really crying? Because we were making fun of her language. Children's joke books, they're a favourite in these. It's a generation growing up in ignorance. A generation growing up being taught to mock a nuanced dialect. I wouldn't eat beef if it wasn't for these jokes. I wouldn't drink milk if I could hear the songs they'd sing about them. I'd understand that cows are poets, cows are intelligent, cows deserve to have a voice. Sorry. But no, we laugh. Moo is a funny sound, and we can use, nay, exploit it for comedy. Maybe I've missed the point. Because, you know, when I cross roads, I do it because it was put there, but generally I want to get to the other side.
Serafina Coop, everybody! Wow. I tell you what, between that set and Alex's set, we're recontextualizing a lot of snack items today, aren't we, folks? Yes. The next act that we've got for you is someone very special. She actually told me, once that she's terrified of giraffes. And I asked why. And she said, well, you see, their necks are just a bit long. And then she said, I'd be fine with it if it had a shorter neck. And I said, that's not a fucking giraffe. That's a horse and leopard print. Come on. Let's not be silly. But yes, let's welcome her to the stage, huh? What do you say? Yeah, come on, keep going, because it's time to meet Very.
I just got kicked out of V-Bar for doing breaststroke on the pool table. In my defense, they should have made it clearer what kind of a pool it was. But at least I wasn't doing backstroke though, because I'll tell you what, backstroke is one of the worst fucking swimming strokes that I've ever come across in my entire life. No, I'll tell you what, the people who prefer backstroke are those people who are like, oh, sorry, I don't like getting my face wet. Bro, shut the fuck up. No, I refuse to call this controlled form of waterboarding a respectable swimming stroke. All right? And honestly, if I had to, like, I don't know, say rank it out of 10 or something, it's probably going to be like a 4, maybe a 4 out of 10. Yeah, just a moderate step up from the backstroke, though, is we have the front crawl. Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, there's always that one guy who's trying way too fucking hard with front crawl. Like, okay, yeah, mate, I get it. Like, its real name is freestyle or whatever, but Jesus Christ, we're in the fucking shallow end. Calm down. Kind of similar to missionary, actually. You know, it's basic, it gets the job done, but you are going to get some odd looks if you're caught doing it at the local kids' paddling pool. Yeah. Not wrong. So, for that reason, can't give it more than a 6 out of 10. Yeah, well, like I mentioned before, they're one of my personal favorites. Breaststroke, 9 out of 10. Easy. Love the breaststroke. It's just so chilled out. It's definitely like the mum of all strokes, you know? It's kind of like, it's really chilled out, really easy. It's got breast in the name. Love me some stroked breasts. Also, I don't know about you, but have you tried this shit backwards? Shit slaps, all right? This is probably the last time I was actually happy. The only thing that, brings breaststroke down for me actually is like how easy it is to transition into doggy paddle. Speaking of which, doggy paddle. It's me when I do doggy paddle. 3 out of fucking 10. Like, I can't give it more than that. People who prefer doggy paddle are ex-backstrokers who got like one molecule of water up their nose and then just kind of went into fight or flight mode and started thrashing around. Yeah, I mean, it's only saving grace. Got a sex position in the name. The Strokes, 10 out of 10. Great band. Don't know why they're in the water though. Yeah, Butterfly, one of our more like wild card strokes now, alright? Two very different outcomes when someone attempts Butterfly. If it's properly executed, 8 out of 10. Like, I love it. Beautiful stroke. I love to watch it being done properly. If not, fucking -4 out of 10. Literally unfiltered ADHD. I would know. Also, it's I'm kind of having a little questioning over the name. Like, why is it Butterfly? When is the butter swim stroke gonna be invented? It's just a thought. Yeah, one of our more underground ones now. We have the Jesus. Honestly, kind of fucking mid. Like, 5 out of 10. He's not even swimming. I can't give it more than a 5. Bit of an interesting one, though, as there's only one motherfucker who's pulled this off successfully. Even though I know every single one of you have tried it at some point, because I know I have. Yeah, honestly, I'm just waiting for this hydrophobic sod to take a fucking dip. Probably go something like that. Emmanuel, because it's like Emmanuel, but it's got a noodle. Drowning, 0 out of 10. Once in a lifetime experience. Yeah, I'd say this. I think this is the last one. Yeah, the Lilo user. Can't give it more than a 2, unfortunately. If there's one word I would use to describe this guy right here, it's moist. Passive, you know. He just kind of, it's exactly the same as, you know, when he has sex. He just kind of lays back, waits for someone else to do all the work. Oh, yeah. And just kind of like when he's on his Lilo, you can't tell if he's actually having a good time or if he's just falling asleep. Yeah, if there's one guy getting lapped in the lazy river by a guy doing the front crawl, it's this motherfucker. Kind of similar vibes. I don't know. Yeah, no, not not out of place at all. Yeah, but that's like, if I had to rank the swimming strokes, that's kind of what I would say about them. Whack. That's kind of what I'd say about them. I think I'm right. But if you want to fight this out properly, then unfortunately I'm not allowed back in V-Bar tonight, so it's going to have to be at the lake for a 100-meter freestyle. No backstroke allowed.
And whoa! Wow. I tell you what, I know she gave him a lot of grief in that set, but I've never related more to a guy than that Lilo dude. He's a good bro. Anyway, we've got a next act for you, and he's wonderful. I think he's going to recontextualize some other elements of ordinary life for us. So buckle up, guys, and start clapping, and start cheering, start making some noise. It's International Man of Mystery, Chet Mystery.
Thank you. Woo! Let's talk about one of the fundamental properties of society. Time. It's universally agreed, 40 minutes is 40 minutes, right? And yet, there exists one exception to this fundamental rule. One rule which we are all governed by the way, and that is the washing machine. Never in the course of human history has a washing machine ever displayed the correct cycle time. It might say 35 minutes, but it could be anywhere from the runtime of an episode of Friends to the runtime of Avatar 2. This cold, calculated machine, it controls how long our clothes need to be washed? Decide merely on a whim? The moons of Jupiter are aligned. Therefore, your clothes shall be washed for 1 hour. What? And for some reason, we just accept this as if it's normal. Could you imagine if our microwaves were this fickle with timing? Oh, you want your Uncle Ben's cook for 2 minutes? Nah, bro. Let's do 8 instead. Then it'll be as dry as your personality. Bitch! What the fuck? We wouldn't have that. We'd take that microwave outside and show it who's boss. How dare it disrespect us in front of the fridge freezer, a.k.a. the coolest motherfucker in the kitchen. Thank you. Damn microwave, nothing but a glorified stopwatch. Oh, dear. I reckon the washing machine probably is the biggest dick of the household appliances. They have no mercy, right? Literally, all it takes is one tissue in the back pocket that you forget to take out. Poof! Fucking disaster. Every single one of your clothes covered in the dirty remains of this tattered tissue. Both your self-respect and your laundry fucking ruined. For what, a tissue? Come on. Let's forget about questions like, what is the meaning of life? Or how late is too late to reply to a text? The biggest question we, as a society, need to answer is, why on earth are there so many different settings on a washing machine? Right? Let's be honest, if you're like me, you click the same setting every week, right? Click normal setting, biddy bing, biddy bosh, done. Right? Now, maybe you've been seduced by some of these other settings. Maybe you wanted to spice up your vanilla laundry routine. Maybe you want something that lasts a little longer. Or maybe something that's a bit more thorough with your delicates. But, of course, like any good affair, someone gets hurt. You! When you see how much extra your energy bill's gone up the next month. Oh, dearie dear. Yeah, let's talk about some of these weird washing machine settings. Silk. I mean, if you own enough silk clothing to fill an entire washing machine, you're probably rich enough not to do your own washing. So essentially, that button's there to remind you of how much of a gigantic failure you are, right? So, not a great start. Rinse and wash. Pretty bold of the washing machine to assume that I don't actually want to wash my clothes. Not rinse and wash, rinse and spin. No, fucking hell. Bloody hell. What else is there? Synthetics only and or cotton only. I'm sorry, I have to separate my clothing based on what sort of material type it's made from. What next? Separate it based on if it's coloured or white? Come on, guys. This is 2023. Be better. Unbelievable. And my personal favourite, hand wash. Yeah, that's right. Hand wash on a washing machine. Please, someone make that make sense. It doesn't even have hands, for goodness sake. Oh, thank you very much. I've been Chet Mystery. Woo.
Chet Mystery, everybody! Wow. Very good stuff. Very, very good stuff. Chet's continued issues with every household appliance never cease to amaze me. It's always good. It's always good. Guys, I'm going to do the bad news thing again. It's time for our last act of the show, guys. Oh, I know. It is really, really sad. But you know what's not sad? What you're about to see. You're about to see a very funny man and his very funny friend. So please, would you welcome to the stage? Start clapping. Start cheering. Let's get this going. And it's Alex Chase and Charles the Penguin.
Hello, everybody. I'm Charles the Penguin, and this here to my left is my puppet, Alex Chase. Give him a wave, Alex. Hi, everyone. Charles, I think the strings in my arm are broken again. Well, we'll sort those out after the set, because indeed, it's a very special day. It is the day after Valentine's Day. That special night, once a year, when you can look into your lover's eyes and say those 3 magical words. Please become real. Of course, it is the day of romance. Romance, of course, coming from an old French word meaning more than one Roman. And I think it makes a bit of sense because when in Rome, do as the Romans did, am I right? That's right. Wipe your bottom with a sponge on a stick, which you share with 5 other people. No, not quite that, Alex. I'm sure I don't have to tell you what sex is, do I? No, you don't have to tell me how sex works, Charles. I perfectly know. You go into this store, typically known for selling video games, but it accepts other electronics as well, and you hand them in, or you buy... No, Alex. Sex... Come in. So that's where they come from. Anyway, today we're going to do some impressions. And we're going to start off with our first impression. We're starting off small with one I like to call Jesus. Blessed be the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Who wants to receive my blessing? Ooh, pick me, I'm meek. Oh, if only I could put my hand up. Oh, no, my child, I see you, and I shall heal you. Oh, my God. My arm works. Blessed be the meek, more like blessed be the beak, am I right? I'm so Don't fucking clap, it's the 3rd penguin-related act you've heard this evening. But now, we have time for our second impersonation, and this one is called Ernie, the Profane Singer. I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, as they go riding merrily along. And they say, oh, ain't you glad you're single? And that song is so... That was Ernie the Profane Singer, everybody. Thank you. Oh, Charles, I've got my own impression. Really? Sure, show me. Oh, you're gonna love this one, Charles. You wait right here. Hello, everybody. What's the deal with Antarctica nowadays? Yeah. I'm gonna hold my arm out like this in what's definitely a stylistic choice. Yeah. Fun fact. When I told the fairy to make Alex a real boy, it was only so he could feel physical pain as well as loneliness. Yeah. Charles is gonna love this one. So, Charles, Charlie boy. What do you think? Oh. What the fuck was that? I've got another impression if you want to see Charles. No! I don't want to see another fucking impression from you. In fact, no, I got one of my own. You have a go at this one. Oh, look at me. I'm an untalented hack who's co-steering off my more successful partner. Oh! Look at me. I don't need to meet real people. I have my anime girls. Is that one there? Wanna guess who that one was, Alex? Was it Jesus? Your next impression better be the best fucking thing I've ever seen, or you're going back in the box. Okay then. Here's my impression. My wife. Silence! Alex? That was the best fucking thing I've ever seen. Do it again. High five. You will never get this. Oh man, that will just literally never get old and ever become annoying. That was so good, I almost forgot how I can terminate your existence with a mere thought. I love you, Charles. I mildly tolerate you, Alex. Have a great evening, everybody.
Give it up for Alex Chase! Oh, good heavens. Well, we'll deal with that afterwards. Yes. That was Alex's set. And that's the show. That's what I was going to say. That's the show. Yes. Thank you all so much for coming. Show's over, guys. Did you have fun? Did you have fun at this stand-up show? Yes. I very much hope you've enjoyed the show. And thank you very much for being here. I've been Freddie Russell. Thank you very much. Good night. Thank you. Thank you.